Jacob's forehead is serving up some KFC realness. It is greasy today.
Original recipe.
Welcome everybody to Music Monday. This week we are going to be reviewing
Megitsune by Babymetal.
Babymetal.
Get out.
Basically, if Charlie Pommy Pommy got some vocal lessons and got really high on acid, this is what Babymetal would be. One of the main reasons why we are reviewing Babymetal is because it has become kind of a phenomenon here, I feel like. A lot of people, when I tell them, at least lately, that I listen to Japanese pop, the response immediately from, my friends that are not of Japanese descent are, oh, do you listen to Babymetal? I feel like before, whenever I would tell my Japanese friends, or even just my American friends here, that I listen to J-pop, a lot of their responses would be, oh, do you listen to AKB? Where I feel like if I tell a Japanese person I listen to J-pop, their response is AKB, and the American response is Babymetal. And I'm not exactly sure if that's because people actually really like Babymetal, or if it's because one of those weird Japanese things, which I think is stupid to only listen to music because of a certain weird factor. But I've just noticed that it's become a lot more popular.
Babymetal is an interesting idea for a group. It's comprised of a main vocalist, two backup dancer, caller, shouters, and a lot of funk. It doesn't quite fall completely into the rock metal category, so much as it falls somewhere between electronic music, pop music, and rock metal. The band clearly wants to be taken seriously as a hardcore rock metal band. However, there's still something very cutesy and J-pop about them. They do splice in some screamo sounds and some every once in a while, but I'm 99.9% sure that's not the lead singer. However, I really like their general sound. It's interesting if a little schizophrenic.
Something that I do like about this song compared to other Babymetal songs is that this one has a nice cohesive flow to it. Most of Babymetal's songs, from what we've heard, have very stark, rough transitions that are a little gritty, and what I like about this is that there is a slight switch in style of music, but it's done in a really nice way that it all kind of freeform meshes into itself, and so there's no particular part of the song where it feels like this is part of the song A, and this is part of the song B, and here's where they split off and did two different things.
The symbolism in this song relies heavily on the Japanese legend of the kitsune. A kitsune is a fox spirit that plays tricks on humans. It's able to take many different forms in order to play its tricks, and it's generally considered to be a dangerous spirit. Not dangerous necessarily in the harmful sense, but dangerous that it will play a trick on you and you may be tricked out of something important. With that as the framework of the song, a Megitsune, as best as I can understand, would be a female fox. A female fox or a vixen. This song samples a traditional Japanese folklore tune, which is Sakura or Cherry Blossom. It's a really old tune that, it's a folk song. It's that much of an old Japanese culture thing. It's the part that completely changes and does the da na 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 na. It's the creepiest folk song I've ever heard. The lyrics basically are like, look, the cherry blossoms came early this year. Let's go look at the cherry blossoms. Aren't they beautiful? But the tune is this weird, almost minor key discordant thing. The whole look and style of this video relies very heavily on ancient Japanese culture and lore. A kitsune is a very old legend. So the set for this is a very old looking traditional Japanese home or possibly even palace. The band behind Babymetal is comprised of a bunch of musicians in long white flowing kabuki robes and wigs with kitsune masks, and they're not playing modern rock instruments, they're playing traditional Japanese instruments that are somehow producing modern rock sounds. But it's very interesting. It gives this all very much a very old-timey ghost story, feudal Japan sort of feel, and I think it's really cool.
We've kind of been on a roll lately with Tokyo Girls Style, who basically outsings any Japanese pop that I've ever heard next to Utada Hikaru. And then we have Babymetal, whose lead singer is quite possibly the greatest young singer that I have heard from J-pop.
She delivers on the vocals, and it's really nice to hear. And it doesn't sound like she's straining either. What I can appreciate about Babymetal's music is that whoever writes it doesn't write out of her range. It's written in a perfect range for her to just sing the hell out of it. and it sounds great. Lyrically, the song is sort of hinting that women have to be like the kitsune. They have to be able to change themselves at the drop of the hat, and it's not hard for them. They can be anything that they need to be, and that's the power of women. In a weird way, it's almost like a female empowerment song, which also makes the use of the Sakura music line interesting, because as far as I know, that song was traditionally sung by a woman, like a geisha, a concubine, a wife, someone who was there to entertain men. So to kind of subvert it with the lead singer, you know, singing, you know, kitsune, kitsune, I am a kitsune, you know, I'm a fox and I will trick you and I can be whatever I need to be strong. I think it's really interesting. I really like this song. As soon as Gus showed it to us, I put it on my iPhone and I listened to it pretty frequently.
That's right. Gus did show us this song, didn't he?
Gus introduced us to this song on the way back from the Hirai Pamyu Pamyu concert.
I really like this song in particular. I feel like some of the other Babymetal songs I'm not a huge fan of, but again, I think that's just because the music is so drastic, and it goes from this style to this style, this style, and this style, and then there's just these big breaks in between, and I feel like nothing really meshes in a cohesive way.
I think for me, Babymetal is a little bit like my relationship with Hirai Pamyu Pamyu, where I heard Pom Pom Pon and I instantly loved it. I thought it was weird and I liked it, but when I tried to listen to some of her other music, I was like, oh, this is a little too weird, and I'm not sure if I like this. So I feel like the more I listen to Babymetal, the more I'm going to grow to like it, but just right off the bat, I love Megitsune, and the rest of them I'm kind of like, I'm not sure what's going on here.
Yeah.
But I think I like it.
There's this weird thing that I have where I like most of the parts of their music, but then other parts I'm just not a fan of. Like, just general rock sound is not my cup of tea. But this one kind of struck a nice chord. So thank you so much for watching. We will see you all again next week with another Music Monday review. Let us know if you have any artists or songs that you think that we should review. Put those in the comments below, and make sure to check out our Morning with Spin member ranking if that is what you're into, and that will be after this video. See you guys next week and tomorrow. Bye.